Scotland is characterised by its ancient history and rugged terrain. Many battles against the English have been won and lost in these hills over the centuries. But over 400 years of union with England has not shaken the Scottish national identity. During the long winters, a very Scottish sport is played on ice all over the country. Curling was first recorded in medieval Scotland and is ingrained in the national culture. Even celebrated Scottish poet Robert Burns had words on the game in his 1746 verse, Tam Samson's Elegy.
When winter muffles up his cloak and binds the mire like a rock, when to the lochs the curlers flock with gleesome speed, wha will they station at the coke? Tam Samson's did. He was the king of all the corps, to gaird, or draw, or wick a boar, or up the rink like Jehu roar in time o' need. But noo he lags in death's hug score. Tam Samson's did.
Today there are over 600 curling clubs in Scotland, and during the season 12,000 Scotsmen and women take to the ice. Played on a curling rink or sheet, each team throws 8 stones and scores 1 point for each of their stones that's closer to the centre of the rings or house than any of their opponents. In 1999, wheelchair curling began in Scotland for para-athletes. In 2006, the sport made its Paralympic debut. Since 2010, the head coach for the British team has been Canadian Tony Zumak.
The difference between the Olympic version and the Paralympic version is with the Olympic game they play 10 ends. We have 68 minutes to play 8 ends and there's no sweepers. Other than that, the game is played exactly the same way.
Wheelchair curling is a mixed gender sport, with each team required to have at least 1 female and 1 male player. The British squad is made up of Tom Killen, Gregor Ewan, Bob McPherson, Angie Malone and skip Aileen Nielsen. At the 2010 Vancouver Paralympics, Nielsen became the first female to skip at the Games, and she will again be the only female in the role in Sochi.
I'm obviously extremely proud to be in the team. The fact that I'm skip is an honour and a privilege, and because it's a mixed gender, it really every player is crucial, whether it be lead who throws the first 2 stones and set up to the end, or whether it's the skip throwing the last 2 stones.
The skip also makes all the tactical decisions on the sheet. Curling is often described as chess on ice, and getting the tactics right is a crucial part of the sport. During a week's training, Aileen and Tony will spend several hours discussing strategy, game situations and scenarios. Once the match has begun, a coach has little chance to communicate with their team, leaving it all down to the skip.
We've really literally only got 1 break at the 4th end, which gets us 5 minutes to converse, and then we've only got 1 coach interaction, which is another 60 seconds. So over 2.5 hours of a game, from the start of your practice to the end of it, my interaction is really 6 minutes. So it's the pre-work that goes into that really I find is the benefit from our coach.
In 2002, Scotland's Rona Martin skipped her team of housewives on ice to Olympic gold with a tense final stone victory over Switzerland in Salt Lake City. Millions of viewers from all over the UK stayed up into the night to watch the nation's first winter gold for 18 years. Since London 2012, Paralympic sport has received unprecedented coverage in the British media. As Sochi draws near, wheelchair curling has been thrust into the spotlight like never before, with as much expectation on the team as was on their able-bodied counterparts.
I'd like it spread out a little bit over the next 4 years and have media outlets recognize that every year we play a world championship. It's just not once every 4 years we kind of get this exposure. But the reality is all exposure is good exposure. And if the athletes put a really super performance out there right across the board, win or lose, it doesn't matter. It's putting your best performance out there and getting people recognizing that these people are athletes. And that's what they're training to do. And it should get the same level of credibility and support that the Olympic Games gets.
The team have been busy preparing for the Sochi Paralympics, which begin on March the 7th. Team GB will be hoping to emulate the success of the British curling team at the recent Olympics, where the men's team won silver and the women's side bronze. Nielsen and her team kept a close eye on events at the Ice Cube venue and are eager for their chance to shine on the biggest stage.
I think we're all feeling really upbeat at the moment. We've been to 6 international competitions since September, and we've been in the final in every one. And in a lot of these tournaments, some of the teams that are going to Sochi have been in the competition, so at the moment we're in a good place.
We've been in the venue. We had our last World Championships in the venue. To see Eve's team and Dave's team out there playing, it's just I can't wait to get out there myself and throw stones.
Great Britain's Paralympic curlers collected a silver in Turin back in 2006. Competing for Scotland, the team won World Championships in 2004 and 2005.
It's mind-boggling compared to, say, the World Championships, which are good, but when you go to the Paralympics, because you're now competing in an arena which is full with 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people every game watching you, it's a completely different atmosphere, and you can't tell people what it's like so much. You can only tell them so much, but to experience it, you have to be there yourself.